Okay. Are you guys ready for the official overlay? Holy cow, Black Dracon, you're fast. Your tag still says Boston? Yeah. They're super slow at like removing the tags. Like there's still a couple of them that are like literally 2 years old from some people I know. Okay. Hero bands. Let's look up hero bands. Hero bands Overwatch League are... Wait, these are old. Chat, what are the bands? Why are these old? Why am I getting old bands? I'm pretty sure they're bands, aren't there? What are the bands? What are the bands? Genji, Tracer, Zarya. Okay, so just confirming. Genji, Tracer, Zarya, Brig. So that's a hard nerf to dive. Like that basically prevents any form of dive being run, and that encourages a lot of heavy spam and a lot of brawl stuffs. Because the thing is like Zarya is enabler for dive, so is Genji and Tracer. Like you can't really run dive without Tracer or Genji, especially Tracer. And Brig is also a big enabler of dive. She's an enabler of counter dive, but you can't really run dive without her. So like I think we're gonna see a lot of like brawl variants. We're gonna see a lot of heavy spam, so like BAP Zen variants, and then we'll probably see almost certainly a Koth, especially from Eternal. You're gonna be seeing like BAP Lucio stuff with Rein or Rein Sig, something like that. But it's gonna be like how much like heavier spam stuff whenever there's no sightlines to rotate to. But we might see, depending on the map pool, some brawl variant stuff. So we will see. I'll turn up the audio a little bit. Is that too loud, chat? You wish Hex was casting this? Rude. Rein Sig, Rein Narissa on really... Rein Narissa is super close range fights. Like super tight fights. Can I do a hairline reveal? Dude, what is your problem? I swear, kid. You suck, man. But yeah, I expect brawl variants. Does anyone know what the map pool is? What's the map pool? What maps are we playing? Do we know yet? You roasted you in hammer time? Okay, that's true. That's true. Hair check? Aw, oh, man. Aw, oh, man. Come on now. Come on now. Like, do I have to look like a giant bird? Is that a necessity? Please don't. Sky's Overcast, thank you for the follow. I think maps are randomized. Rein Narissa, yeah. Like, Rein Narissa is like super tight. Like, Lijiang Tower Control Center, Rein Narissa is still good. And will always be good as long as those heroes are relatively competent. Maybe not as strong with a Orisa HP nerf, because you want your Orisa to be more tanky. But the 50 HP, or 50 armor, actually, is actually pretty important. It was more Fire Strike into Halt, but Charge and Halt could also be a play. By the way, is the audio okay? Do I have a timer or no? Timer for what? Probably not. I haven't... Listen, I spent an hour in this overlay, not like 6 hours. I'm terrible when it comes to OBS stuff. Yeah. I'll change overlay as soon as the game is about to start. As soon as I know like the map. We're getting Bryn and Sideshow, so that's good. I like those guys. Iris is playing. Masa, Hawk, Gator, Edison, Erster. Nice. Heard a lot of things about... Or Iris, excuse me, not Iris. Iris. Oh, so we can sync up streams. Rip. Oh, shoot, that's right. I forgot Jane used to do that, like the syncing streams thing. I need to figure that out maybe next time if we do this again. Am I gonna have the game open on my stream? No, because you can't like share it. It's like I can do the audio, but I can't do the video because it's like people would abuse that for like stream sniping or stream stealing. Basically, like I'm showing Overwatch League. You guys don't even have to watch the mainstream, which is, I mean, they want you to watch the mainstream. That's how they calculate the statistics and stuff. And Edison is somebody that pre-show Watchpoint talked about quite a lot. Have Hex on after what happened? I mean, do you really think Hex wants to be used as a marketing ploy? That would be kind of sucky. I rightfully claim such for notorious claims that him is stupid from playing comp here. I don't remember doing that. I got into a... Yeah, I don't remember doing that. But I believe it. You can put the timer / distance? No? Oh, yeah, I can I? Oh, but dude, I don't have time to set that up. I'm gonna make a note of that. The timer and distance, the section of the. I'll do that later, chat. I can't do it now. Super and chips are used as marketing ploys. Humor.
Maybe start to think about what they're going to be doing, because of course the hero pool rotations means that we don't have Genji being able to be played.
Can you post a link to Discord? Exclamation mark Discord.
On an individual basis, and of course he can play.
Yeah, Super's a legitimately a good player. He fits. He's a good player. So what are you guys' predictions, guys? We got Atlanta, Paris. What do you guys predict? Should I do the overlay? Should I do the overlay, chat? Should I do the overlay? I think I should do the overlay. Paris, yeah. Oh, the stream sync thing. Yeah. I don't have the stream sync thing though. I need to figure that out. Paris, yeah. I don't have it, unfortunately. Yeah. Holy cow. Sparkle hero usage, 70%. Holy moly, dude. I'd be curious to see how much Doom versus Mei they play, actually. Because you could use either one for Brawl, but depending on the map pool, like Mei can be a must pick, so that will be interesting to see. You could just count down. Oh, true. I can. I will do that, chat. Excellent suggestions, guys. Overcast. So as soon as the map actually starts, I'll go 3, 2, 1. Round starting. Gate is opening. We're going, and that way you can correct your VOD. And then like every couple minutes, I'll give you guys a heads up on the time I'm looking at. I think we'll see Sparkle and Doom. It really depends on the map. Some maps, like I said, Doom is very good. Some maps, Mei is a must play. So I think we'll see Brawl from Paris, depending on the Koth, but it also, depending on the Koth round, it's going to be dependent on what type of Sparkle DPS we actually see. Iris is your king? Yeah. I've heard nothing but good things about Iris from the Third Impact guys. Make a prediction poll? Alright, sure. That's actually not a bad idea. Poll. Who wins? ATL. Paris. Let's see how close we get this. Skies Overcast, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate it. Alright, so top right of your chat, guys. Who wins? ATL or Paris? Once he gets back to NA, he's going to roll. Yeah. I mean, is he not NA yet? I know he went back to Korea, but is he literally playing on ping right now? That's insane, if he's actually playing on ping. Is he like pulling a fielder? Yo, we got Oasis! That's good news, chat. You know why? Because you can 100% play Doomfist on Oasis. 100% play Doomfist on Oasis. Although what's going to be interesting is what we see on City Center, if we see City Center. Did you read your Discord messages? No. Okay, we're going to do the overlay, chat. You guys ready? And chat, you can see yourself now. Check this out. Don't make fun of me. I spent an hour on it, okay? I mean, Iris played on ping. No, he wasn't on ping with Third Impact. That's right. They had a team house. And I got all my follow and subscriber notifications are right under the. So you see that little gap there in the ATL versus Paris thing? The subscriber follow, all the notifications go there. All right. Oasis Gardens, or excuse me, University. We could very well see some form of brawl from Paris. Looks like Atlanta's going to be going the spam brawl variant. So might see Lucio, and what they're going to do with the Symmetric Junkrat is like close the distance. It's like play like a spam comp, but you use the Lucio so that the enemy team can't kite your spam, basically. Okay, 4, 3, 2, 1. Starting. ATL TP's out. Looks like Sim Junkrat is the meta. It's going to be to see which team gets a better spam trade. Paris just forgoes the entire right side. Interesting. Wow, that's actually insane. ATL get a huge space advantage early, and Paris has to immediately give up the right point, and that's huge because it's so hard for them to push onto the point when they're controlling mini like that. That's really strange. Paris must have scuffed their rollout somehow. There's no way that Atlanta should win it that easily.
Capture as well of the point.
And the concerning thing too is, so Paris Xe needs to utilize some form of angle or flank, and there he is. He's on the high ground. Because they're not going to break this choke into the Sim Junkrat without the McCree using high ground. It's the only advantage they have over the Sim. Bang, there it is. So, yeah, Paris just great execution from Paris there on the retake. So I don't know how they missed that rollout, but they do a great job of utilizing the longer range spam and the fact that they can use a Crete on the high ground. Atlanta, if they scout that split, they needed to rush the core on main faster. You have a speed boost. You have a Symmetra. You need to be within beam distance. And they didn't do that. They played it slow. They gave up all the space, and then they lost. Like, you see Xe going high ground and stairs, you need to push main immediately. If you don't, it's too late. It's lost. Yeah, they just... No ults from Atlanta. They just rush. Atlanta needs to play next fight really slow. Not really slow, but they really, really, really need their Maywall, or their Simwall. I'd like to see Atlanta farm their Simwall, TP past the choke, and then Simwall on point. Okay, there's the TP. They're going to TP right. They don't have Simwall, though, yet. Huge right click! Oh, no. There's the wall. Xe is on the flank, dude. I'm telling you, every fight that Paris is winning, except for that one retake, it's coming from Xe angle, Xe flank. It's the one thing that Atlanta doesn't have when you're on Sim Junkrat. If you stay in static, the McCree team will rotate around you and spam you out, just like the Ashvod review we did earlier. Sim Junk just aren't very good at taking angles. So they are on Cree now. They do have ult advantage too. I want to see a window first. A window on point followed by Flux. I don't... Okay, that too. Bonk. Oh my gosh, again! The flank! So Hanman's going to get the credit for that, but I guarantee you that's an Xe slash Hanban duo on the mini. Oh, overextension from Paris. Yeah. So this is a lot harder than it should have been for Atlanta because they're rushing things. The rushing thing is they're losing on the flank. They're losing on the flank because of it. Okay, so I want Edison to be basically utilizing, like, punishing what Xe was doing. He needs to hold this angle. He needs to hold this high ground. Or he's going to drop. Okay. I mean, that's fine. You just need a flank and angle. Atlanta coming up in Riptide. Ah! They get punished for it. Good for Atlanta. Good for Atlanta. A little bit predictable from Paris there. And that's such a cheap fight win too, because realistically this is going to be last fight. Realistically. It depends on how fast Paris plays this, but if Paris plays this at slow at all, it's over. Flank Riptide, yeah, this is the last fight. Ooh, no. The Riptire kills the Riptire! What? Chat, just add Spilo me if you have any questions. And again, did you notice, chat, how Atlanta was like buttonholed into the corner again? Junk diff, yeah. Yeah. Legit, the only thing that mattered there was Paris screwed up the rollout, but consistently had, Ilya, thank you for the follow, consistently had better map control, better flank control of their Kree. Like, Atlanta didn't get near enough out of their Symmetra Junkrat because whenever Paris was taking angles of their Kree, they were sitting static, and they're letting the McCree get value. Like, if you see an angle being taken, you either need to match the angle, you need to push the angle, or you need to rotate run away from the angle and push core. And they didn't. They just stayed static, and Xe just killed everybody. I'm doing well, X Quincy. Thank you. Okay. Same comp. And now Atlanta is opening on Kree. Makes sense. This is not good for Symmetra. Atlanta goes straight to high ground. Again, it seems like Paris' rollout is bad, or they're just choosing not to contest these. Because these high ground contests are extremely risky. It's like, basically, it's somebody instantly dies if you contest high ground. So it could be risky for sure. Uh-oh. 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 They gotta push. They gotta push. They can't leave him on his own.
Finding some shots, trying to get the kills here, but it seems like the Paris Eternal
Huh.
who have gained early control of the point.
I'm not honestly, chat. I don't know what happened there.
Just dethroned them and XE rolling forwards.
That clearly was something more micro in terms of execution. I mean, Edison's flank was fine. That was strange. Again, Paris like gives up the point. They give up the choke. Why wouldn't they just run fire here to stomp it? Because you're running Kree, Lucio, Bap with the Sig. You have way too many tools to deal with Pharah. You can rotate really fast in angles that can catch the Pharah out. Pharah's very predictable with where they play in Gardens. And the problem with Pharah is you can't retake with it. It's legit impossible. They just rush. Yeah, they just rush the Sig. That's all. By the way, did you notice where Ben Best is? He's on the flank. He's legit on the flank. Oh, he kills Ben Best. That's hilarious.
Genuinely strange and unusual, but quite a nice idea. I mean, Paris obviously understood that Atlanta.
Edison hit like 5 bullets.
So they wanted to wrap Ben Best around the back, provide some poke from that direction.
Okay, so Atlanta getting outclassed in the brawl execution right now.
Interesting. I love it. Okay. XC on the background and Sparkle with the tire.
Tire comes through from Sparkle.
Oh, wow. That's really well done. It's so hard to predict that. And again, a ridiculously cheap fight win. Holy smokes. So all Paris has to do here is just flux Hainu and then beat the enemy flux / tire. Like Urster is the only one that's going to be... Like Urster's tire is the only wild card here. Paris has something for everything else that Atlanta can throw at them. There's the early bongo. There's the flux. They go for the pull rock. They miss it. They match rip tire. It gets Sparkle. Huge. The dot kills Iris. Unlucky. Woo! There's a shield. Xy's okay. Good, nice halt. Oh, Sigma in the good angle. Oh, but not enough. That was strange. Did Iris get trapped? Because that was a weird kill on Iris. He got halted, and then he got blown up through what looked like either, I think it was the enemy window? I'm not sure what the deal was there. But it just comes down to Paris Eternal just have better, like, both times they give up the choke. The first time, I don't know if it was intentional. Second time definitely looked intentional. I don't know if it's just, they just don't care about giving up the choke there or what. But the retakes are really clean. The retakes are really clean. And the fact that they were able to deal with Edison on the flank, Solarius, thank you for the fall, is actually really impressive. Actually really impressive. Alright, chat, we'll take a second. I guess we're between runs. Do you guys have any questions? There goes your 3-1 prediction. Yeah, Fielder's giving up. Fielder's like, these guys are trash. I'm done. I'm going to go find something else more challenging. He's probably like playing tic-tac-toe with his mom or something like that. How is David? David is good. Can you count on when the next round starts? Yes, I will do that. 100%. I mean, again, so chat, do you fully understand what I was talking about with the Sigma and Kree off angle and why that's not only normal, but also why that's not normal, but necessary against the Symmetra Junkrat? You guys understand that? Because that's, like, coincidentally, that's exactly what we talked about similarly with the Ashe thing. What would Atlanta done to contest the Sigma Kree? So, you can't contest the Sigma Kree. You can throw a shield there, but you can't really contest the Sigma Kree. I mean, you're playing Symmetra Junkrat. Like, what are you going to do? Right-click the shield? Like, what do you have to contest the Sigma Kree? Yeah, you can't do anything. So what you have to do is, here, let's actually whip out the epic pin here. Let me make sure I've got a black screen here. Okay. So what you do is like let's look at this point here. So this is Oasis University. Okay, so this is the left side. This is like the little mini health pack. These are the stairs to the high ground, right, chat? You go up the high ground and there's the mini health pack up here, and then here's the actual point. Okay, right? So what happens is Atlanta rolls out, or Paris rolls out here, and then they send their split to high ground, and then they utilize this high ground to shoot them, and they keep shooting them so that what Atlanta ends up having to do is they have to run back and hide from the Kree, and then they give up the point, and they're all in a small little room, and they all die. So what you do instead is when you scout this split as Atlanta, and you're, let's just say, playing here, or even you got people here, you scout them, they're starting to split and walk up to the stairs. Don't stand and wait. You need to walk out and push them while they're trying to flank. Like, think of it, chat, like, and remember our Ash Rialto VOD review? What would have happened if whoever Starzaku had started to go on the flank as Ash, and the Neo team had pushed out while he was on the flank? He would have gotten to the flank and been like, crap, there's nobody to shoot. They're all gone. They've already pushed. So same kind of concept here. Like when they start to angle and flank, that's when they're either out of the fight or they're not scary at all because they're just right in front of you. So you push out into them, and because you're running Symmetra Junkrat, when you push into them, you're really scary. You're way scarier than McCree. Like a Symmetra is better than a McCree under 10 meters, basically, if you have shields height bind, right? So you walk out, your Symmetra builds a million charge, and then Paris either tries to hold their space and they just die, or they kite and they probably leave their Sigma Kree by themselves out to dry. So as soon as you scout the split, you push. And you have a Lucio. You can use your speed to keep your Symmetra beam on charge. Instead, what Atlanta does is they sit AFK, they're scared, they let Paris do the rotation up the high ground, and then now Paris has all the range spam to send Atlanta back into mini. And as soon as Atlanta goes into mini, things don't get better, they get worse. Ivan Rosen, thank you for the fall. Because it's over. You've given up the point, and now you have to actually push into them, almost as if you're the one attacking, and you know the Junkrat spam and the Sigma spam, and you guys get the little nitty-gritty details. So as soon as you scout them hard splitting, you need to rush the split. It's a similar reason why with the Bat Brig meta, why teams were rushing a lot more, and why you saw Orisa Sigma splitting a lot less. Because if you hard split your Orisa Sig in the Bat Brig meta, one of your splits is probably going to get rushed. And that was like a playstyle adjustment that's kind of come into play. But that's definitely, like, you're playing Symmetra Junkrat, so it's spam, but you need to be close to spam. And as soon as you scout their Kree trying to go way off in an angle, you can't let them go way off in an angle. You need to go. The better team wins Koth. They're probably even better in the standard maps. I mean, Vancouver beat Florida in Koth, so that's not necessarily true. Sometimes, like, you have to understand that there's a Koth meta and there's a normal map meta. And Koth meta and normal map meta aren't always the same. Like, sometimes you have compositions that are meta on Koth that aren't meta elsewhere. Like Florida plays Bapzin, which is really bad in Koth. Like, Bapzin is actually, like, really weak in Koth because there's no space for your Zen. It's really easy to get pressure from flanks because you don't have space to, like, hold. But then they played Bapzin and, like, everybody else and just crushed. Now, I don't like Bapzin very much right now, but they can make it work on non-Koth. But Vancouver ran them over when they tried to play Bapzin on Koth. Is it hard to recognize the moment where the enemy has committed the flank so you can punish it? Yeah, it can be. That's why scouting is, like, so important. Like, scouting is legit so important at the pro level. Like, proper scouting. And sometimes certain comps, like, if you're running a Symmetra Junkrat into a McCree, like, it's really hard to scout. It's not really hard to scout, but it can be a little tricky to scout. Because even, like, your Lucio can't really, like, wall ride Narnia because he's going to get shot. So, yeah, scouting is really important. Sometimes it's hard, but it's still really important. You just feel push frontline during flank rotation from 20 seconds to 30 minutes? Of course I did. Because I like talking about it, right? But the thing is if you're writing up a guide, like if I were to put this on YouTube, you'd want to cut some of this out. But fair point. Come back from the high ground flank. That, in terms of point generate, McCree can come back from the high ground flank really easily though, right? Not really, because he's going to get booped off the map. Like you saw that Atlanta was actually ready for that flank the next time they tried it, and they just booped them off the map. Wait, why is Sideshow being replaced? What's going on with ZP? ZP just hops in, or like what's the deal? Do you think a new patch will remove map-specific metas like Rush and King's Road and make everything dive? I don't know. Not sure. I don't think dive is necessarily going to be 100% amazing, though. It might be, but I mean, we might see more brawl. Hard to say. Think you'll see brawl? Yeah, we'll see. Because the problem is like, there's just no good backline for Dive right now. Because like, Dive is a weird animal. Dive wants to kill backlines sometimes, but Dive also wants to, like, the fundamentals of Dive isn't really to kill backlines, to control high grounds in space, like with mobile heroes. So if you have a backline that can just instantly dies to everything, which is like backlines without Brig right now, because of DPS creep, Dive can't play. Isn't Ryan really bad right now? I mean, he's not great. Is that a role Usulov? Is that a role Usulov now to help preventing flanking unions from returning to fight once they've shoved front lane? No, recently, what I'm saying is like, the Lucio's job is to make it so that those flanking enemies don't have the time to get back. He's not doing there to kill or 1v1 the McCree. It's just that, so as soon as he starts to go on that flank, your Lucio says, okay, we go, and then you go. And then before they have the time to set up the flank, the fight's already over. Like, Lucio speeds up fights, literally. So you don't have time to play it slow and take angles. Like, as you start to take angles, the Lucio could just say, okay, we go now, and it's over. It's kind of like why Orisa Sigma Brig was able to rush fights, even though they didn't have a Lucio, because if you started to split, the Orisa Sigma plus Brig could close space so easily. Sunin, what the swaps we got? Sunin for Sparkle? Nice. Probably like you said, Sombra. Could be like a Sombra Ashe, could be Sombra Widow. I don't think it'd be Sombra Widow. Sombra Widow's kind of bad. Holy cow. Hey. I don't know what we'll see, honestly. I don't know what the ban meta in Overwatch... Like, I know what the bans are, but, like, I don't know what the ban meta is. Like, there's, like, a specific ban meta that's, like, takes a whole week to develop, so... Yeah, there's Sombra Ashe. My first prediction, I got it. Poggers. I mean, it's not really that hard, because, you know, no Tracer, so, like, what else is Soon gonna play? Wait, what? Double Sniper? Oh, they're in spawn. Okay. Atlanta Ray is rolling out on the Bap Lucio Ashe May, so this is probably a very similar comp to the Bap Brig. It functions the same way, where you take these passive spam trades, and if you see an opportunity to push, like their Orisa wasted Fortify or they have no lamp, you can just press W and you can brawl with them. And with the Lucio, you can press W even more so because you now actually have the speed. The only thing is that it's Bap Lucio is way more vulnerable to dive, but because there's no Tracer and because there's no Zarya, you're not really scared of dive anyway, so it's not really a concern. So this comp is probably... I did not get a chance to watch Overwatch League this week. Okay, wait, we're starting 355, 354, 353, 352, 351, 350. Okay, that kind of... There's your sync. I'm going to turn on the audio just a tad. Okay. Nice, Sombra Ashe. We guessed it. The Mercy is just because you can't play Brig and like Lucio just doesn't do anything here. Nice blocking the nade. Paris doesn't look to be farming Nano. They do look to be trying to go for a good dive here. I expect XE to be coach cutting up the high ground once the dive actually starts. Maybe No Smite is literally just farming ult charge by actually baiting. Ooh, Swoon gets exposed. So what the Mei is here for, chat, is basically once Paris dives, Mei can wall off the enemy Ashe, the Mei can wall off the enemy Ana to split healing, the Mei can wall the monkey that jumped in so he can't get out. So there's a lot of things that you can do with a Mei. It's not an amazing pick, but there's a lot of things to do with it. So they did build Nano though, so all's not lost. And the thing with Nano is you always hit it before other ultimates, 90% of the time. So they do scout this though, this is huge. Oh, that's actually huge. That's actually huge. Yeah, so that... Yeah, ZP nailed it. That was a designated... Wait, what? That's just a disconnect. They needed to push that. They needed to push that. These guys need to die. They need to die. Okay, that's good. Oh, they wasted nano too. Oh no, oh no! Why are you flexing? No, Plat Mercy. Okay. Huge from Atlanta. That went from disaster to Saucy dying completely cheap to Paris overcommitting because of it and overstaying their welcome. Huge. So yeah, they messed up their nano pincer play because it got scouted. I literally just said how scouting is so important, and because Atlanta scouted the flank Ana, that completely shut down everything. Like, what can Paris do? You're scouted. What are you gonna do? There's legit nothing you can do if you get scouted. That's why basics are so important, man. So really well played by Atlanta. A little bit of an early bongo. Okay, it's paid off. Oh wait, maybe No Smite was already in. I felt like the bongo was early, but I think No Smite might have already been in. They get rezzed. He messes up his juggle a little bit. Oh my gosh, and they beat it too. What? And they EMP'd too? Atlanta kicking tail right now. That was a little cringe. This is actually really well done by Atlanta so far. And Paris are in serious trouble. So what Paris need to do is they probably... they don't have a sleep dart. They don't have any form of CC from Atlanta Rain. So they need to do, hopefully farm up with bomb, maybe farm up a nano, and then Bob on point while you die of high ground. And then you can stabilize because Bob will stabilize for you. Bob probably in the next 10 seconds. There it is. But they're not doing anything with it. Oh, they're kiting window. Okay, they're kiting window and lamp. That's a fine trade. Bob for window and lamp is fine. I don't know what the window or the lamp was for. Oh, it was because they're on the flank. They would have died if they were not. Didn't want window. That's a really greedy play. This is not looking good for Paris. This is not looking good for Paris at all. D.Va is just so bad, guys. D.Va is just a garbage hero, man. She has done nothing this entire push. Built one ultimate. Wait, what? No. No Smite. If No Smite gets Primal, this is it. Oh, Exy! Exy hard carrying right now. Paris did not deserve that at all. Atlanta chokes with target focus and lets Exy clutch. Hanman is legitimately worthless on this hero. And Paris choke their first 2 fights and still come away with it. Because that's the thing with Numbani and Dive. Numbani first is really, well, just... Okay, I guess they're going for ult staggers. It's worth committing Primal for this, chat. 100% worth committing Primal. Because Saucy's probably going to die. Yeah, there he goes. And you've used an ult, yes, but you've bought yourself literally 20 seconds. So this is going to be 1 fight territory now. Paris had no business winning that first point. They beefed 2 fights in a row. They put themselves in a terrible hole, ult economy-wise. And they beefed their EMP too.
It's possible, though, that you're still going to be able to get value if you can get, you know, a freeze onto Hanbin and then use the Blizzard to make sure that you absolutely secure the
I can't, Zanzibar, I can't show the game. I'm not allowed to. Because you, like, I'll steal views from Overwatch League or whatever. Okay, there's the EMP. It's fat. Catches 4, but the beat is huge, and they counter Blizzard as well. Structure, thank you for the follow. Really, really well done by Atlanta there. Please tell me they don't lose this fight. D.Va being, you know, worthless. D.Va's like not even pressuring people. The thing with D.Va is it's not just about the Matrix, it's about like, you know, the pressure on the backline stuff. Like, you're not doing anything on D.Va right now. You're legitimately worthless. I don't know what else I'd play here though. Like, Ball's not going to be that good into double CC. Or triple CC, essentially. Nice, Saucy. Saw that one. Maybe you could try Winston Sigma? But that's pretty risky into the Mei, because they can rush you. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I want to play here. This feels like a really, if you're going to force dive, it feels really bad. Paris forcing dive is... I mean, they're on no smite, so they kind of have to force dive. Okay, so Paris is screwed here. They need to build nano, or bomb, or something. Like, you need an engage... they just rush. Exy, I'm telling you guys, Exy in the flank. Exy on the flank! Nice use of the Mei. I don't know. Diva's strong hero. Okay, wow. I'm telling you, chat, Xe is hard carrying right now. Hard carrying. Now, to be fair, he's really the only person on his team right now that can actually carry. Like, the rest of his teammates, like what is Mercy going to do? What is Sombra going to do against this comp? But, like, Xe is legitimately carrying so hard. We'll sync right now. I'm watching a highlight of Xe right now. That's really the only win condition they have. That's the only thing that Paris can do. 112, 111, 110, 109, 8, 7. They're pushing. There's the hack. He can EMP for free if he wants to. He doesn't need to. He just kills. Wow. Atlanta in shambles, but they will be able to come back with their mail and beat for EMP if they can die cleanly. Saucy needs to get out alive. He is going to get out alive. Oh, he's not going to. Xe's just going to kill everybody again. Credit to Eternal. Like, they figured out what works. This is the only way you're going to make dive work, is by basically being meat cushions so that your Kree can pop off. Or Ashe. Oh, the wall blocks! Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that? The wall blocked the translocator! Holy smokes! Yeah, this is it. Like, still though, if you're Paris, you've got to be happy with this push.
Looks like it's going to be a shutout, but a very valiant attempt here from the Paris Eternal. Worked a lot better than expected considering how point A went.
Okay. Yeah, that was actually insane. So what Paris Eternal were doing is they're utilizing their Monkey, Diva, and Sombra basically as like a 3-man dive unit and distractions. And then Xe, as they're diving and pressuring, my man is flanking and killing the backline. It's the only way you're going to beat that comp. Now, what Atlanta could have done is I would have liked to have seen Hawk in particular play that better, I think. If you see hit scans like that legitimately just murdering the backline, it's either the backline's feeding or Hawk is AFK. And so, like, you have to understand, like, maybe he was hacked, like, that is a possibility. Maybe they were targeting Hawk, but, like, he can throw a shield at the McCree on the flank, and the McCree can kill 0. And not only that, but the McCree has to back off because even just some primary fire is enough to zone a McCree. So it really, if I'm seeing Xe killing everybody, it's either Atlanta just hard feeding, or Hawk isn't doing his job well. Like, we talked about this. You guys remember the Master Sigma review we did in Junkertown? Like, where you need to match the hits, the range. You need, like, the Ana and the McCree. And at this point, I would definitely prioritize the Kree. Because the Kree is getting the Mercy Pocket, right? So Ana nades are obviously important, but, like, the Kree is getting the Mercy Pocket. So I don't want to see Hawk matching the Monkey and Diva and shooting Sombra. I want him on Xe. On Xe. On Xe. No, it wasn't Dolos. That was about after. Okay, so Paris Eternal with the Sombra Ashe. The Diva's going to be better on defense because she has positional advantage. I don't know what Atlanta's playing, though. No, they're not. They are? Let's do this, boys. I think this is going to go really poorly for Atlanta, but I'm excited to watch it nonetheless. 347, 346, 345, 344, 343, 42, 1. Here comes the TP. They get the TP off. The Immortality Field has already been used, though. Big nade. Most might should die. They get Hanbin dies, soon dies. Cute. So, the thing with Bastion, especially when you're playing Bastion Symmetra, is the fact that you have no point pressure. So you have no way of forcing points. So you notice where Atlanta rotated to, they rotate above the point, but they have no point pressure. So especially because they're running Symmetra and not like a Tracer or Sombra, they have no way to cap the point at all. So as Paris, all you really need to do is look for opportunities to pressure a little bit and wait for them to touch point. Because once they touch point, they're so much easier to dive. Because somebody has to touch point, right? And whenever somebody touches point, they're easy to dive. So I really think Paris got sloppy. Paris did not need to do anything. There was no reason for Hanbin to do anything or Nosmite to do anything with any form of risk because they have nothing to touch point. And the same thing here. Like right now, all Paris have to do is farm ultimates and touch the corner. Like look at this. They're going to push the thing to the bus and then they're going to go back. And then they're going to be like, now what are they going to do? They're using Orisa, but you can hack an Orisa and just shoot an Orisa. Here comes a TP. Huge. And Paris is telegraphing their positioning as well, so it's making these TP choices really easy. Yeah, this is really well played. These TPs have been very... The first TP was kind of like, I mean, it was just a normal TP, but that last TP, really well done. Really well done. And chat, this is why meme comps work. Because Paris... Paris is not adjusting. They don't know what to do. They're not playing it well. Like, look at XD. He doesn't know what to play. Paris's comp is absolutely fine at the Bastion. You can absolutely play Ashe or whatever into the Bastion, but they're playing it poorly. They don't know what to do. No, they're not going to survive this, are they? That's a really poor EMP from Soon. There's no follow-up at all, and Hanbin dies. Big surprise. They had no space. The monkey needs to be on the flank. I don't think Nosmite was above them. Nosmite needed to be dropping on top of them from behind. I did not see him. All Atlanta Reign has to do is just press Q. If they press Q and then Paris has to use everything. They're gonna have to bomb this. They're gonna have to bomb this. Oh. Where's Bastion? And Paris have no map control. They have no flanks. Did you even notice the EMP that they all came from straight forward? There's nothing. They're all like 1 HP, but Monkey's not there.
It certainly does seem inevitable with Edison up on the high ground. Who can stop him? Hanbin's so weak.
They go Bastion of their own. That doesn't work out so well. Oh my gosh, that is an absurd time bank. They're gonna cap this, right? Yes, they're gonna cap this. Monstrous! Absolute domination!
Good old days, Josh, where you think back to the beginnings of Overwatch, we used to call them Bonnie the Lab, and it's because we'd see quirky strategies like this on the regular basis, and
Plat rolled. Okay. So here's the thing. Now we're gonna pull open our little epic pin thing again. We're gonna talk over this composition really quick. So first off, the general philosophy should always be that doing something unexpected and unorthodox can work better than it has a right to, because enemy team has no experience playing into it. So they have no way of, they don't really know. Now, if they have good fundamentals and they're really smart, they'll be able to figure it out. And Paris, I think, has good fundamentals. I just think for whatever reason they didn't figure it out. So the thing with Bastion strats is, if you, especially with the Symmetra Bastion, is it's Bastion, Symmetra, right? Orisa, Sigma, you know, the X's, the Mercy, and then the Bat, right? So you've got everything all in a clump. Now, if you've been paying attention to my stream, when everything's all in a clump, you're in a problem because the enemy team can play wherever they want. If the Ashe wants to go for a super greedy flank, she can. There's nothing stopping her outside of Orisa Hall. If the Monkey wants to flank all the way behind and drop in your backline, he can. There's nothing stopping him. So what needs to happen is Paris needed to set up these flanks and angles like this, and not EMP and then everybody does this. Because if you run like this, well, gee, the Bastion kind of kills you, right? You see what I'm saying? And what the Symmetra brings to the table is the ability to make it harder to set up those angles, because they can move this clump all the way to here. And what they were doing is they were playing the Bastion comp like a brawl. At least they were on second point, that brief TP to high ground. They TP to high ground and they catch the staging. They don't wait for them to get surrounded. They see that they're getting surrounded and taking angles and taking high ground, and they run at the high ground before it's set up. It's the exact same concept as what Atlanta should have done on Oasis University. Do you guys remember that? Where they were sending XZ on the flank? Did they let XZ go on the flank? Yes, they did. And what happened? They lost. Kalia HLK Vist. I butchered your name, but thank you for the follow. So what do they do this time? With the Bastion, they didn't wait. They TP after them setting up, and they catch them while they're setting up. Posture check. Thank you. You see that? It's the same concept. The Prince 1.4 thing football. They see the angles from the teams being set up from Paris, and they don't sit there and wait. They go after the angle. They push it. And that was really well done. Now, the problem with Paris, though, is like, I think it was well played by Atlanta, but Paris let them do that. Like, it's a TP. It's the only mobility they have. So if you don't get surprised by the TP, you're going to take angles away from them. They're going to take angle. They beat the combat in its own game, basically, right? But the thing is it's almost impossible. It's like, if played perfectly, you can't stop them from taking angles. But the problem with Paris is they fell asleep. They TP'd up and they got surprised. What? TP? Oh! Right? And then on first, they just rushed it instead of waiting patiently. There's zero reason for them to do that. And again, I know I'm harping on it, but that EMP on third was just really, really bad. Like, you're talking like the Paris is mostly all over here, I'm pretty sure, from what I saw, and then soon just EMPs and everybody has to run, hustle over. I mean, you guys have played comp, right? And you have your Sombra EMP and they're like a million miles away. You have to like just to kill them, right? And by the time you get there, they're like already healed up. Basically, that EMP was that. And then by then, it was kind of a snowball. I mean, you don't win with the EMP, like, it's not good. Also, it's kind of disappointing that Hanman didn't get a good bomb play. Like, a bomb initiation into that setup is actually, like, Diva Bomb is actually a pretty mediocre ult right now. But into that comp, Diva Bomb is amazing if it's well placed. Like, you put a Diva Bomb right in the middle there, Lamp ain't gonna save you. Shields aren't gonna save you. And it's gonna cause absolute chaos. Everyone's gonna be 1 HP. But yeah, like, basically Paris just had no space. They had no angles. And the one time they tried to take space, they just got TP'd out, TP'd after, and they lost. So, I don't know, man. Dive didn't look to be spectacular on that map. I think Bap Lucio was dealing with it too well. It really exposed how bad of a hero Diva is, at least, again, in the meta, with the Sigma. Like, the hit scan plus Sombra felt really awkward. Basically, it was relying on XC to flank. And like, as I said, I think if Hawk played a little better on defense or the backline, I'm not sure which, then I think Paris should have been held on first. Should have been held on first, and should also have been held on second as well. And should have been held on third, but earlier. So it was like every single time Paris was winning fights is because XC was popping off. Because he was flanking, getting pocketed, and Atlanta was not dealing with it well. Yeah, never seen Atlanta pocket strats. Well, my only argument with that is obviously the Bastion is not something that you're going to see. But I feel like in what Atlanta comp, the comp that Atlanta's going on, the May Ash or the Lucio, that feels like that should be meta on that point. Very close to meta on that point this week. That should be a very common, or similar variations of that comp should be very common on First Point and Bonnie. With the current set of bans. It's a good comp. With the Echo instead of McCree? No, I do not. Because the problem with Echo is that hit scans have gotten too good at dealing with her. And there is less, like, Echo has more raw pressure than Kree does from damage. But Kree has, like, better kill threat, basically. For lack of a better, so, like, if you have a Kree in the flank, the Kree is more likely to get kills than the Echo is. The Echo is more likely to build pressure and put kill shields, but the Kree is more likely to get kills. Especially in a map like Numbani, which doesn't have a ton of vertical, it's very open, right? So Echo is not as good. Now, if it's like in Anubis, maybe the Echo feels a little better. But yeah. Or like a Lijiang Tower, you know, like a Night Market or something like that. Why'd they play Mercy? To pocket XC on the flank. And because what else are you going to play? Lucio. Like, Lucio is not good if you're playing Dive. Who are you peeling as Lucio? Like, they're playing Brawl. Like, what are you doing as Lucio? Protecting your Ana from what? Like, obviously Mercy fills into the win condition Paris had of, like, XC popping off and flanking and stuff. But even if you don't have XC, I think you still play Mercy there. Is this the OWL analysis? Yes. We are between maps right now. We're between maps right now. We're in halftime. But yeah, I think like Brig being banned and even Brig being nerfed exposes the problem with supports right now. The fact that there really is, like, you can't play on a Zen. It's too squishy, too scared. On a Lucio, Lucio does nothing. On a Moira, Moira does nothing. On a BAP, I mean, BAP is just terrible in dive, and he has no utility outside of just raw healing. Oh, 36 HP. Wait, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Woo! Look at that. Hot. Hot shots by Soon. Like, Ana Mercy is the only thing you can play if you can't play Brig. Because if you run on a Zen, your Zen has no space. He's sitting on main. He can't shoot anything. And if he gets halted once, he's dead. Because he's got no Brig shield. Or you force nade, or something like that. Rework the entire roster to win? What? Which team? BAP Ana? No, BAP, the thing is like, with BAP, if, like, what does your BAP do? He could shoot shields, but he can't heal your tanks very well. And his ultimate's not very good either with dive. Like, Valk isn't great either, but BAP struggles with dive. He doesn't, like, not against dive, he's good against dive, but with dive, like, you have to try and heal tanks from across the map. Oh, the entire support roster. No, I don't think that's necessary. I just think that, like, we need, I think the first thing is that, like, there needs to be a DPS, there needs to be more sustained nerfs. Like, I think you could argue that I think Rally needs to be nerfed more, and BAP Shift needs to be nerfed. So more AoE sustained nerfs, and then at the same time you need more DPS nerfs too. Mercy's in? Really? I saw Dream say something about Mercy's in, but that just seems like, it feels like that's so old school, man. Like, I don't, with current Sombra, I don't know how that works. With Sombra and Ball, like the last time Zen Mercy was meta, Sombra did not have perma stealth, Tracer did not have her fall off buff, Genji had not been buffed, Winston did not have a higher HP bubble, and Ball didn't exist. And D.Va wasn't buffed either, which you can argue. So I'm skeptical of Mercy Zen. Shocked. You see, Kree doesn't really peel very well. Like, I think, like, maybe he peels better than, like, nothing, but, like, Kree himself is very diveable. Like, he's got 200 HP. He's got a fat hitbox. So, I could very well be wrong, but on paper, it doesn't sound right. If it's ranked, or I'm just saying at the Overwatch League meta specifically. Yeah, Sombra's current Invis was probably one of the worst reworks of a hero I think I've ever seen. I think taking her healing away from health packs was good and necessary, and maybe even buffing her damage was fine. But perma Invis made scouting way too easy. And another thing that's really important is I firmly believe that I think part of the reason why Sombra is considered boring to play is because of perma Invis. Hey, chat. Yeah, I'll look. The sky's over, guys. I'll definitely look into it. Thank you. $250 McCree. I mean, I was one of the ones. I don't remember if you guys made this, but I actually got featured. I was in a Stylosa VOD when he was talking about the 250 HP McCree, because I was the one who was like, yeah, now he can actually counter dive. Like, I can tell you in scrims that 250 HP McCree was actually pretty good anti dive. Like, the 50 HP like was noticeable. Even with a fire rate nerf, which I think would be fine. Fire rate nerf and give him more HP. What was I just talking about, though? What was I talking about? But yeah, permanent invis Sombra like slows down Sombra's cycle so much. Like, you just sit around and you run around in stealth. There's no urgency, and so that the entire like Sombra becomes so much more boring to play. Because half of the time, like more than half the time, you're sitting in stealth. And the translocator, like translocator not having timer, like those things kind of to me synchronize. Like perma invis and translocator timer, like it just makes Sombra so much more, like her cycles are so much slower. I don't like it at all. There's no like urgency. Giving some buffs? Yes, I think it was a mistake. Zen's right click buff was meaningless. Doesn't help him at all. Like it's, I mean, it does. That's not true. It absolutely helps him, but it's not really what he needs help with. And again, I just want Blizzard to go, okay, hey, we're gonna nerf supports, and we know this means it's gonna DPS are gonna be like obnoxious, so we're gonna nerf a couple of the strongest DPS too. Like I just don't understand why they can't do both at the same time. There's no urgency. Caffrey? Is that what Caffrey says? I don't know. I don't know what he says. Yeah, see the thing is the Sombra was only like screwed over by double shield. But yeah, I just think perma invis is kind of dumb. New Brig? I don't know anything about New Brig. I think it's overall a net nerf, but I don't know how much of a nerf it is. I haven't seen enough of it. So then have an extra 50 health under shield and nerf damage output? I don't know. I think Zen's fine. I think Zen's balanced. Zen was meta for a long time. Zen is fine. Like, it's just that all of these other buffs have just popped in, like these DPS creeps and stuff. Zen's fine. Zen doesn't need buffs. It doesn't need a rework either. Just fix what has happened afterwards. Remember to sync at the cooldown? Yeah, I forgot last thing. Remind me. Yeah, Zen doesn't need more damage. Yeah, exactly. When is Tindy's move the next patch? Not sure. We're on not current patch. Probably next set of trials. So September. Did Summer 2.0 come back? I don't know what Summer 2.0 was. If whatever Sombra that like farmed health packs, that was also bad. Like that was kind of dumb. Like why should I have an entire hero revolving around farming health packs for ult charge? That just seems super stupid. That was equally dumb as perma invis. What we doing next? We're just waiting for right now. Well, here I'll swatch my Overwatch League overlay. I might pee in a second. Actually, I gotta use the bathroom. That was kind of crude, but yeah, I gotta use the restroom. And then it looks like we're almost about to start the next map. Maybe we'll wait to the next map. No urgency. Oh, using the GM of yeah. Rally is still super good. Yeah. I think Rally, if Brig is still strong, Rally is gonna be what they need to look at next, and or even an additional nerf to Inspire. I think armor packs are fine. I think your shield's fine. Bash and Whip are kind of annoying, but like maybe they get nerfed. I don't know. You're gonna post this on YouTube with the Overwatch League in the background? I'm not sure. It's a good suggestion. Not sure. Again, chat reminder: if you have questions, let me know. In the middle of the match, I won't be super good at answering, but between runs, I won't be. I'm not going to. I'm holding it, brother. I'm gonna give my kidney stretch, bladder stretch. Get rid of the boob. I'm not sure. Volskaya, Poggers. That is going to be advantageous to. I don't know who they'll be advantageous to. When I think of Atlanta, I feel like. I don't really know Atlanta that well. I've heard good things about Edison. They're on Saucy, which probably means they're going to play May. I imagine that means that they're going to play May. And May is good here. May is good here. Especially on second point, May is really strong. Should they remove Inspire from Boop? It's an interesting thought. I don't know. Balanced patches, I'll either have a very, very definite opinion on, or I won't have an opinion at all. Because I try and like... If I know something well, I'll comment on it. But if I don't know something super well, or if I haven't thought about it, I won't comment. So I haven't thought about that, so I won't have a strong opinion on it. Paris again with the Sombra Ash. I really don't think this is the good comp here. I don't think it's the best comp. I look at Diva and I see liability. I look at Mercy and I see liability. I mean, Lucio's not a great hero either, but... Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Wait, they're doing Sam. They're doing Sam! Oh, no. They force out soon. Now they can TP. Here comes the TP. Can they get map control? They do. They do get the angle. Now again though, Paris doesn't have to panic. This is the same thing as New Money. They can't touch point. They can't touch point. Gator will touch point and they'll leave shield up top. But that still is not optimal. So as long as Paris is able to rotate and play it slow, Paris, like, yeah, there's Gator on point. But see, Gator's getting nuked right now. You see how this, look at this. Bastion's by himself on the one side. Look at this. This is a disaster. This is really clever. They really need to mark this Bastion, though. They're not marking the Bastion. Okay, so this was simultaneously better from Paris because they didn't just end early. They chilled and they waited for them to touch point. But it was also better from Atlanta at the same time because if you notice, they shielded Edison and let him take the angles and flanks for them, going back and forth and back and forth. And if you can't shoot Edison, then you can't stage. And so when Edison TP'd across and Edison didn't instantly die, I don't know where Fielder was, I don't know where Exy was, it's GG's, it's over. So Atlanta playing it, like Paris did play it slightly better, but Atlanta also played it better there. So I'll give credit where credit's due. This is going to be, there's no way that you can make this work here at Defara. I think Atlanta needs to swap. Well, they don't swap. They definitely get this. We're going to commit the EMP. Again, do you see how they had no angles? They just kited. Soon these EMPs suck! Dude, your team is not in position. They're kiting with Nano. No! Oh, that's absolute highway robbery. There's no way Paris should win this fight. Zero way that Paris should win. And they commit the sim wall. No! Oh, Atlanta. You earned that fight win so hard. And Paris just gets so lucky on that barrage. Soon chunks his EMP again without his team being ready. They blow the Nano. And No Spite jumps out with it because there's a miscommunication. Yikes, dude. That's a huge yikes from... Atlanta deserved to win that. But they do make two good swaps. Paris only have 10 golds. So... I just hate this. I don't like Paris as a comp, man. I don't like it. They could probably make it work. But I don't like it very much. No Smite gets rocked. All they have to do is kite now. Can they kite? They can. No, they can't. Iris gets picked. They commit their flux as well. That's unfortunate. Oh, no smite, no smite. Oh. Moss is still alive. Moss is still alive. If Edison can stay alive, we're good here. We're good here because Iris is already back and no smite's in spawn. And what this means is now Atlanta Rain can make this first rotation without just instantly dying. Well, I think Iris is back. Maybe he's not back. No, he's not back. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Did they force bubble? Saucy on the angle. Nice. How is Masa dying? Masa must have gotten headshot. Oh, wow. 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 I really think I want Atlanta rotating left. I do not like Atlanta going high ground. I do not like Atlanta going main. Atlanta needs to go left. So that's defender's right on the moving platform. You can go underneath and go to point, and the high ground is a lot less relevant there, and it's so much more better covered. So it's really hard for Paris to pressure them. And they have to like go inside the room to get the dive kills, which is sketch against Atlanta's comp. So Atlanta needs to go, like, I'm trying to see which way am I pointing. It needs to go this way. This way. You need to go this way. They're going high ground again. Why are they going high ground? This is bad. This is just bad. Hello, Soon. Soon? Soon, what are you doing, Soon? What is Soon doing? This guy is botting hard. He's walking next to a McCree 3 times and then pressing Q and somehow not getting flash out of his EMP and then just dying. That was a hard feed from Soon. And again, I really, really hate Atlanta's rotation. That is a bad rotation from Atlanta. You're going high ground where you can get naded. Edison just dies to nade, okay? Dude. This is a mess. This is a mess from both sides. So I went from being like impressed with first fight, like Paris evolves, but Atlanta just evolves better. And now teams are just playing like trash. Okay. Well, honestly, Atlanta does deserve to cap here. Paris just chokes on so many things. Soon played like trash. So they don't deserve to full hold. So the thing is, chat, is again, like, if you're thinking about Dive wants to be able to engage on you from angles, right? They want to take as many different angles and, like, nade spots and the ability to boop you off of high ground, and then, like, you want to make, like, high ground's relevant. Like, think Numbani, where you can, they go high ground, you boop them off of high ground, then they can't help the people on top, so they all have to drop, and then they get split. Like, if you go to the moving platforms, you can cross to cover instantly in a small room where your Kree, Mei, Bap, all that stuff is more powerful. And then you could either take high ground if you want, which is really hard for Dive to get over there because Ana has to like chug her way all the way over, or you just go straight to point. And even if you go straight to point, the angles aren't that good. There's really only the high ground in front of you that you're scared of, right? And that's not so scary. So the problem with going main or even going high ground is you can get booped off, and then eventually you just have to go to point from main, and then you die. And it's because if you go main, you're going to get surrounded, shot from a million different directions. We're going to resync here in a second. Soon's EMP were very poor. Very poor. And they were very poor on Numbani as well. Zarya is better because Brig boops everything. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paris Eternal defending with Widow Sombra. I like the Widow Sombra here. Oh, they're attacking with Widow Sombra? Unusual. Atlanta defending, and that's it. Okay. Lovely. Yep. That's a thing. Look how much space they have now. Look at Sombra. Look at Widow. The entire map. This is where the D.Va is pretty good because there's so much open space. And there's a lot of like high ground and stuff. Oh, FD God gets bopped. Notice that Atlanta's not AFKing in Mega. They're like pushing up flanks at the same time. They're like turtling, and then they push out here, and they push out here, and they catch the dive members on the flank. Did you notice who died on Paris? Were it people? Was it the D.Va on the point? Are the people in front of them? No, it was the people on the flanks. They go and they check the flanks. They clear the flanks before they push main, and that's how you get kills. Because you know if you just push main, then you're gonna get shot from a million different directions. So, I mean, awesome job by Atlanta there. A good job pushing those flanks. They turtle up, and then they don't stay AFK. They go and make a play on an angle. XC again on the flank. Again, I just think Paris has the worst comp because I think D.Va is just kind of mediocre right now. But like I said, D.Va is not as bad on this map. So we could see it happening. Again. Ooh, no lamp. Oh! Huge Masa popping off. Might be a big rock. He saved his life with that rock. He saved his life with that rock, and they're out. They're out. That's a huge rock. Masa, again, where is Masa, man? Oh, he doesn't know he's 4. Aha! Nice, Edison. Edison needs to come back. Well, no, Edison can pop sights from spawn, and that will be useful. That'll allow him to slow it down. What would you play instead of D.Va? I don't know. Like, Ball? Like, Ball's not great in this comp either, but at least they're not in the Kree. Like, this ban meta... I'm just saying, like, Dive just doesn't feel good right now because you can't play Zarya. Yeah. Is this going to be a good EMP? I'm waiting for a good EMP. Please give me a good EMP. Force point, make them come out. EMP this. EMP this. Oh! Get wrecked! Oh, no! Again! Again! Soon absolutely monstered on. I don't know what that means, but... Oh, no! Dude, I'm so proud of Atlanta for actually, like, not sitting AFK and losing. That's how they lost the Brawl stuff on Oasis University. These guys have no chill now. They're, like, actually, like, just making plays. That's a huge stagger, too. That's a big 15 seconds for free. I just think Paris' comp is bad, chat. I just think it's bad. I think it's bad in this ban meta. And now FD God's in Lucio. He's not going to build a beat. They have Flux for Nano Monkey. They can just Flux this. They eat the Blizzard. That's unfortunate. They could just Flux whenever. They only have EMP Bomb. This is it. Here comes EMP. They don't... There it is. They forced Lamp with it. That's fine. But they're pushing. You notice how Atlanta are not sitting still? Oh, bye, FD God. He gets the beat? What? He built the beat in the air, chat. He built the beat in the air! Oh, Paris again with the highway robbery. Zero reason they should win that. Zero reason they should win that. Okay. Edison's going to play for sites, probably swap. I am concerned, though, because they don't have the ultimates, and if you're going to stick with Widow, Widow is a really risky pick to stick with. Like, I understand you have Flux. Okay, there you go. Do you see what Paris just did? They're on dive, but they're doing the proper rotation. Now, Atlanta can meet them there because they are running Brawl, though. They don't have to wait. They don't have to let them rotate. They don't have ults. They might be playing slower for ults. Yeah, he's going to pop sites. He's going to swap. He's going to go Kree. Almost certainly going to go Kree. Or he's going to... Oh, he's going to flip. He's going to go from behind. Okay. Yeah, there's the Kree. Okay. Nano engage. Let's see what we got. Notice how... Oh. There's the Bongo. He gets the Bongo. He is frozen, though. They have the Mei for point. The Immortality field is down, though. But they do get soon. Okay. So Atlanta does absorb that dive very well. Okay, so now I want to see Rain not AFK when they do that rotate now. Now, especially if they're on Kree now. There's zero reason for them to AFK on that rotate. If Eternal makes that rotate, especially if they don't have EMP or beat or anything to sustain, there's no support else for Eternal. If Eternal go for that rotate again, and they walk in there and like BAP window or Blizzard, Eternal is screwed. They're done. It's over. There's not even a primal to boop them off the map. So please, please, please do not let Eternal rotate. Please. Eternal should not rotate. They need to go high ground, farm ults, play for space. Okay, they are going to use sites. It's kind of an early sites. I would have liked Eternal to hold on to the sites a little bit longer, start the rotate, and then they get the information on whether they're rushing or not. They just go. What on earth? Oh. Diva, smile. Okay, it doesn't even need to be. He gets hacked. Oh, he misses the boop! This is actually huge, chat. He's gonna survive. Okay, he's not. But it doesn't matter, though. That's a lot of time wasted from their monkey. Atlanta should hold this. That's 3 picks. I think 2 or 3 picks. And you've got great stall heroes with your Orisa and Mei. Woo. Okay. Please, Atlanta, do not completely AFK. Please do not AFK. Walk forward. Flux him right now. He's hacked. They're gonna... Oh, he's dead. No Smite needs to die. 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 Oh, no. Oh, they get no Smite. That's good. Okay, so they get the beat off, which is really bad. Backbone, no W, thank you for the fall. Oh, hey, Backbone. Get the Ana, please get the Ana! Okay, maybe. That's 2. They do have the Sombra, though, so that's problematic. Yeah. That hack on Hawk was huge on the Nano Monkey. So the Nano Monkey and they hack Hawk, so he does not get Flux. Now, what that means is not only does Hawk need to be peeled for, but it also means that they can't actually punish the Nano Monkey. Like, No Smite lives forever when he's not fluxed. Because remember, the flux in the Nano Monkey is huge. It's not just because it stops him from doing anything, but because it's 50% of his HP regardless of whether he's nanoed or not. So he gets no damage mitigation whatsoever. I didn't think XC played super well. I mean, no, yeah, he played pretty well. No, that's not fair. He played well in attack there. Obviously, the first map he was great, and the second as well, he was good. Okay. Is Paris going to adjust? Is Paris going to adjust? Yes, it still does half their HP, regardless of whether Nano. If he's Primal Rage, it's 500 HP. That's why you use Flux to peel like Nano Monkey stuff. Yeah, they need to mark Edison now. So, like, Paris did a better job of controlling angles in space and playing slow, but they didn't. Xe did not have a good angle on the alternate TP Bastion back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, like, he just sat there. And it's also potential, like, we also probably can assume that Fielder missed a sleep dart as well. Maybe he went for the sleep and he TP'd away. But, like, that's another thing that should be destroying the TP strat. Because he wasn't even shielded some of the time. Okay, so they swap up the TP strat. He is hacked. That doesn't do anything, but it does mean that there's no immediate punish. And the longer this fight goes, the better it is for Paris. There's Gator on point. He's won. They force Lamp. Great. They sleep. The nade is eaten. Fielder needs to run. He's going to die. Edison's got to die. Edison's got to die. Edison's got to die. Oh, Edison. Wow. Fielder got way too greedy. Fielder got way too greedy. So he lands asleep. He needs to run. He needs to run. He's done his job. He can nade himself and run. Fielder got way, way, way too greedy. And FD God got popped as well. Credit to Atlanta. Like, credit to Atlanta. Like, Edison is murdering people. Like, he won the 1v1 versus the Ashe. You know? So it's not just the meme strat. Like, his aim, not to be that guy, is he's killing people fast. Like, he is not failing to get these kills quickly. They did better, yeah, but like they're setting up their angles, but the problem is that they overstayed their angles. Again, like, you just get this impression that Paris are just rushing things. Like, a little bit there, maybe it's a little bit more forgivable because they only had one tick to give, but still. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's real, real tough. What about his aim? No, I'm saying, like, it's Bastion aim. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mimi, ha ha ha, Bastion aim, you know, easy peasy. But, like, he was like, quickly swapping targets very well. Am I going to cover all the matches today? Unfortunately, no. I've got about 30 more minutes. So, hopefully finish this match. Maybe Atlanta Rain pulls it out. But if it goes to 5 maps, I don't know how much of it I'll be able to do. So, we'll see. I will be right back, chat. I'm going to have a quick bio. Okay, we back. Okay, Garrett rolling, yeah. Fielder and DPS should have hit him at the room besides with a TP and and dive and should be a wipe. Yeah, the problem with that is the anti-nade, and because Rissa has halt, so she can punish people that hide. I think on a map that's as open as Volskaya, and when you're playing something like an Ashe, Ana, Mercy, I don't think you need to play it that fast. Like, I think you have the damage and the range to just kind of chill. Like, sleeping on that TP was fine, but then you don't overstay and try and nade too, because that kind of fits what you're describing as, like, going in really, really hard. And they weren't going in hard. Like, he was by himself. Like, there was no monkey jump, there's no diva follow-up, there's nothing. Which is fine, but Fielder was playing as if they were all inning there, and they weren't. Again, if you have any questions, chat, now's the time. We're coming up on Route 66 in about 1 minute. Screw the sleep. The nade is the most important, especially with the dynamite. I would say nade is better, but the reason I would say sleep is maybe a little bit more important to land there is because the sleep on the Bastion or the Orisa is like really important because it means that the Bastion is unprotected or that he's not shooting on the initiation. And also my hesitancy with using nade there is that I wanted him to sleep, run away, and then as he's being shot at by the Sigma, he can nade himself and actually escape. If you use your nade, then you don't have an escape cooldown. Like this, you're not going to sleep a Sigma. Would comp would have been better versus the Bastion? I think the comp was fine against the Bastion. I don't think Sombra, Ashe, Winston, D.Va, any of those heroes are bad. I mean, technically, Zen Ana would have been better. Technically. So one comp where you can run Zen Ana and not be trolling. But that's a very, very rough swap because FD Gods probably trash it, Zen or Ana. But on paper, Zen Ana would be better. Because it has more spam. And you don't need the pocket for your Ashe. Like, Zen just does more damage than the Zen pocket. Or Mercy pocket, excuse me. Chat is popping right now. Everybody's talking about the Bastion strat. Then Best subbing in. It probably means more of the standard brawl stuff. Route 66 is not an amazing dive map. It's not a great, especially first point. It's going to be really clunky. So no surprise here. Hopefully this means Paris goes back to their brawl routes because I really did not like the dive stuff. I think Paris is behind the curve when it comes to meta stuff. I don't know if this is like an APAC comp, or maybe I'm making this up, but I just don't think dive is good with his bans. Like, you have to play D.Va, who's not a great hero right now, and you're forced to play a hit scan plus Sombra. And you can't play a Tracer. Like, Tracer is like the most strong dive hero there is. I mean, maybe Dolas. He could just be having a bad game. Like, who knows? And it might not even be his fault. Who knows? Dive isn't scuffed with the dive. D.Va isn't scuffed with dive. Period. It's just like any of these brawlier type Peel Sigma metas. It's just hard to play D.Va into. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if Atlanta won. You know, give Paris a kick in the butt. I mean, like I said, I just think they made bad metas. They're opening BAP Zen. Interesting. This is clearly a. We know they're going to play Brawl. So I think Paris comp is actually pretty fine. Like, this is not a bad point for Zen. They can't play Tracer. You know Atlanta's not going to play Dive. So I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I mean, you're not going to run BAP Mercy. And BAP Lucio in defense would be okay-ish, but yeah. I think Paris' comp is okay. I think I would have liked another DPS besides Double Sniper, though. Widow is fine. Ashe is fine. I don't like both, though. Especially with the Zen. XC. Poggers. Poggers. I don't think the Widow's bad. I don't think Widow Ashe is bad, by the way. I think Widow Ashe is fine. I just think maybe like a Widow May or something like that. Even like a Junkrat would have been pretty cool. Spilo countdown. Oh, okay. 337, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25. Land Rain and Symmetra Junkrat. They are trolling. That comp will not beat Paris' comp unless Paris also trolls, which I do not think they will. You're playing a mediocre brawl comp with DPS heroes that want to spam against a team that is just better at spamming than you. Like, you're running BAP, Zen, Widow, Ashe. It's about as spammy as you can get. So you either need to match their spam, or you need to hard brawl. And Atlanta's Ryan, like, we'll hard brawl at the risk of Sake BAP Lucio, but we're going to play Symmetra Junkrat. That stuff only works on Koth, where the distances are really close. This is an open map. You're not playing Symmetra Junkrat. This is a troll. This is a troll. Unless they get a really good TP, or somebody in Paris feeds, there's zero chance Atlanta wins a single team fight here. I mean, I assume that eventually Paris is going to screw up and maybe Atlanta wins, but I think they're at a massive disadvantage here. I'd way rather see a Reaper, a Mei, a Kree, anything that can close the distance and actually get kills up close. This is silly. I do not like this at all. And you can see it. Like, look at Saucy and Edison's ult charge. They're halfway in, and they're halfway to their ultimates. And all Paris have to do is, like, play back on high ground and take angles, and they're screwed. Like, look at this. They're TPing underneath with Symmetra Junkrat. That's the only thing you can do. But do this with Brawl DPS, and then when they drop the point, they'll die. This is silly. Whoa, Soon almost gets caught there. Look at this. The only way Paris loses this is if Atlanta seriously screws this up. This is such a bad comp, man. This is such a bad comp in this map. You have to, like, do something. This is so bad! This is so bad! This is so bad. A blind man could have told you this is bad. No. Oh my gosh, that shot on Masa. Did you guys see that? That shot on Masa from Exy? Holy moly. Baby Rage? Yeah. This is just a terrible comp, man. I'm telling you, I'm not impressed with the compositional choices from either team so far in this match. That was a great shot. Okay, so Atlanta still look at Saucy's and Edison's ult charge. Chat, look at their ult charge. Look at their ult charge. 70%. 3 minutes in. Atlanta getting cocky? I mean, I don't know if it's that. This is probably something they've practiced. I just think it's an actual troll to play it into this comp. That's a huge halt from Gator. They're gonna beat this. This is the fight that Atlanta could win. They get Sim Wall, but Junkrat dies. Wow, that's really bad. You cannot lose the fight that you have beaten Sim Wall. Those are your only two defensive ults. The only way that you beat Paris is with those two ultimates, because you can actually survive the spam. And they don't have it anymore. So it's Riptire or nothing though. And look at Paris. They're gonna spawn camp. They're not gonna even let them get. Saucy's not going to build a Riptire, chat. He's not going to build a Riptire. This is not even an AKM level blade. This is worse. He's not going to build a Riptire. 87, 88, 89. Oh, little damage there. Soon dies? What? How? Immortality Field Force, demeched. Lucio down. Immortality Field down. Saucy builds a Riptire, uses the Riptire, immediately destroyed. Shame on you, Atlanta. You suck. Terrible compositional choice. Atlanta hard throwing. 410 tire, or 415 tire, yeah, maybe, whatever, I don't even know. Over 4 minute tire. It's not Saucy's fault. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he could have played it better. I'm not looking at his POV. But that's a garbage comp. That's a garbage comp. And I'm not telling you this because I'm a Platjet analyst. I know my stuff. That's a bad comp to play on. Symmetra Junkrat on Koth, where you have easy neutral positioning, close quarters, fine. On this, terrible. Especially when you walk out and you see they Vap, Zen, Widow, Ashe, and they have all the sightlines. Like, Atlanta's comp would be okay-ish on defense. It wouldn't be good on defense, but it'd be make more sense on defense because you actually have map control. But it's a hard end to Paris' comp. I need to turn on audio. Whoops. I'm telling you, man, between Paris and Atlanta, either one of them has a terrible read. I think Oasis was the only one where they're opening up on decent comps. Numbani, I hated Paris' comp. I hated Paris' comp at Volskaya too. I didn't like the fact that, like, I just think this is bad, man, from both teams. This is a poor showing. Yes, a Mei would have been better because you could have actually rushed something. You could have actually, like, brawled. You could have closed distance without getting your head blown off. Symmetra defense is better. I don't like the Symmetra on non-Koth, but at least it makes more sense. And Paris is going to go full spam. So Atlanta can beat Paris with this. It's going to be hard, but they can do it. Yeah. Because they have space. They have map control. They have space, and they have a flippin' Mei. not a Junkrat. Again, Junkrat Sim would have been better on defense, but I just think, I don't really love Paris's comp here. I feel like you could just go, I don't know about Pharmacy. I don't know, never mind. I like the Junkrat pick by Soon, though. I really do like the Junkrat pick. Because it's really easy. If you could play it slow against a hard brawl comp, which you can with current Maywall, yeah, you're just going to build Riptide instantly. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Junkrat's good here. Now take space. Get off the cart. 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 What is? Why is Soon on the cart? Why is Soon on the cart? Is he playing? Is he making a specific setup for a junk? I'd love to. Yeah, there he is. He's off the cart. Spam. Why are they not spamming? Holy cow, dude! The man's setting up a trap when the name team is walking forward. Soon is lazy. It's gonna be a big tire either way. Yeah, it's gonna force the lamp, and it's going to kill the lamp, and it's gonna kill Gator. GG's. GG's. Should be GG's. Oh. No, GG's. Really weird of Soon to not spam. Paris Eternal comp, not troll. Atlanta Rain comp, full troll. GG's. What a weird game, man. Paris Eternal hard trolls with their composition choices, or soft trolls, on Numbani and Volskaya by running Winston Diva and Sombra and goofy stuff, which is, okay, I'll give it, I'm not hard trolling, but like, eh. And then Atlanta Rain hard trolls by playing Symmetra Junkrat on attack. I don't get it. I do not get it, chat. Do you have any questions? Yeah, and this is the one I picked to cast. Beautiful. You think Junkrat is power crept as well? I mean, he is, obviously, yes. Not obviously, that was disrespectful to you. I don't mean obviously, but he does more damage now. I mean, the concussive mine rework was good, so it doesn't do like full damage on thing here. But I mean, he does 130 damage per pipe now or whatever. So yeah, I mean, maybe less so than other DPS. So I don't think I put him on my list of power crept DPS because you can argue that like it's kind of been kind of seesaw for a while for him. But I mean, since his initial release, his tire is faster, his grenades do more damage, and he has 2 concussive grenades. Now, yes, they do have fall off, but yeah. I wonder whether it's power creep. Hostility. Dude, I hate Twitch chat now. I hate it. Everything is hostility. Mention a gun or power creep or anything. It's really hate Twitch chat. Whether it's justified or not, I don't know. Why do we see so much junk right now than like the 2-5 Musket? Because May has been nerfed. May has been nerfed. And teams have gotten better at Sigma Brawl. Which means that Sigma Brawl is Symmetra is better into Sigma Brawl, if that makes sense. So like when people were playing, May was really, really strong. If you run a Sigma, your Sigma would just get walled off and die, right? But that's not the case anymore because May is not quite as strong. So you can play Sigma, and Sigma is really good in Brawl. And because teams are running double shield Brawl, like Arisa Sigma or Ryan Sigma, Symmetra is good into that. And then because Symmetra's good into it, the whole tempo of Brawl right now is not W and run them over, break Lucio, Reaper May, you know. The whole tempo of Brawl is like get up close and then like tank trade and look for an opportunity. And Symmetra and Junkrat are really good at that. Like Junkrat just, like if May doesn't land a really fat wall, he just hard outvalues May right now. Because, and like in the mirror, because May's wall has longer cooldown. May's freeze is less powerful because like, you know, the ammo rework. What else was the thing that they did? The pillar rework, so it's easier to break walls. So there's been like a lot of micro nerfs to May that have made her less viable to just hard rush, and so it's easier to run like soft Brawl DPS like Doomfists and Mays and Junkrats. Why is there a what? Big Chungus with a crown with S crown on the overlay? Oh, come on. That's not Chungus, man. Come on, give it a break. PMA only, please, streamer. I saw this as a take a while back. Do you think reverting Diva's Matrix nurse would balance in the current environment? Would it make her hard meta again? I don't know. Not sure. No idea. Good news, chat. I could probably do the next map because it's control. I don't think Diva's Matrix not being strong is why she's not meta. It's just Sigma was better at controlling space. May's ammo is less as well. Yeah, but I think they reworked it so you can right-click more, though. It's the ammo rework was that she could freeze less, but she could right-click more. So I think overall it's a net nerf for the type of playstyle that she was played before, which is just hold mouse 1 and enemy Rhine shield. What a thrilling playstyle. Honestly, screw me. Terrible hero. Hate that hero. Not necessarily a terribly designed hero. Like she has her interesting uses, and you know it's a personal preference. But I did not like her being meta. I think Blizzard shouldn't try to make niche heroes meta by buffs. I agree. Well, here's the thing: if the niche heroes are low effort or low ceiling, then yes. But like to me, like Torb, the turret is annoying, but he's like actually a lot harder to play than he used to. So I don't care if he's I don't want him to be hard meta, but I don't mind if he's meta a little bit. Like if you're gonna make Bastion Symmetra meta, they better be harder to play. Like Symmetra is harder to play now, so I don't mind seeing her every now and then. It's a lot harder to play. The Bastion's not been reworked, so Bastion's super easy and super basic, so I don't want to see Bastion meta. Yeah, Diva kind of gets screwed over by Brig and Sigma, so we might see more Diva. But the problem with Diva is also she's also been power crept on by DPS as well. So like she deals with hit scan well, but like DPS do so much damage, and she's kind of like she's starting to struggle with like Roadhog syndrome, where she like bleeds damage now. Whereas like previously she was actually good at dealing with spam damage. Now she just bleeds damage because Genji does more damage, Tracer does more damage, Sovereign does more damage, Ashe does more damage, Hanzo does more damage. I mean, obviously that was before, but like a lot of heroes do more damage than they used to. Even like look at Echo. Like Echo Beam murders Diva. Like Diva helps with Echo, but like she murders Diva. Just bring back Bust and May, everything will fall into this place. Huh, great take there. All right, we're on Busan. I'm gonna turn on audio a little bit. Paris versus Atlanta. We got Bapzen. Looks like some Widow. We'll probably see some Widow Sombra stuff. Widow Sombra, maybe Widow Ashe, maybe Widow Hanzo. Starting now, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21. Map points unlocking. Okay, here we go. Okay, Widow Echo. Weird. Echo feels bad. But I will be pleasantly surprised if I could see Paris make Echo work. Because Echo, such an open map, and you're playing into Bapson Widow. Saucy, I think Atlanta has a better comp here. You'd want to, you'd want to run Tracer, but obviously she's banned. So. Oh, there's a pick from Echo. So. Oh, what? Sparkle? Sparker. What a shot by Edison. So Atlanta 100% has a better composition, but it's such a minor. It's not a minor thing, but it's not a significant thing. So it's gonna come down to just execution. It's gonna come down to which team is executing better on their comp. That's all. Phoenix Mayan 7. Thank you for the follow. I hope I got your name right. Wow, nice. Getting the early sights here is actually huge. Better angle control. So my problem with the Echo is the big thing with the Sanctuary map, and really just Overwatch in general, is like controlling the map, right? Controlling the angles. And Sanctuary is so big, so wide. Flanks are huge. You need to be able to control those flanks. Now, if you look at something like an Echo, yes, she can help control a flank against like a Sigma because she's got a lot of shield damage, a lot of spam. But what if you're trying to flank and you run into a Sombra? You're scared of that, right? And not only that, but if you were Paris Eternal, your backline is way more scared of a Sombra than they are scared of an Echo because of how open the map is. This is very expensive from Eternal. Two early picks from Atlanta Reign. I think Iris dies early. Shouldn't have happened. not sure exactly what happened there. But Atlanta Reign can win this very easily. What Chief? Oh, I see what you're saying. I'll have to read it later. I don't know if I'll have time actually to read it later. We'll see. Wait, did he use EMP? Oh no, I didn't. So I missed that. It must have been at the tail end of the fight. But like, really, what could Sparkle do? Can you really control a flank against Bap Zen and Widow? And this open of a space? That's a good flux. Ooh, maybe not. No, he actually gets picked. Yikes. That is what Echo can do. If she gets supported and she's playing outside of Widow LOS, she's going to be able to murder Sigma way better than Sombra can. Not way better, but better. So Paris are in a really good spot right now. Saucy's not been able to get anything on Sombra. So I don't know if this is a hero strength issue or what, but Saucy should have gotten way more on the Sombra here. Like, way more. So much backline pressure, so much kill threat. Hacking Sigma, hacking Orissa's, things like that. Because so much space. Or Widow pressure, too. That's another thing, Widow pressure. Because your Sombra can threaten Widow. This is really bad. He's completely desynced. He's completely desynced. Did you see him going in there, and he is out, and now his team is in? That's bad. That's bad Sombra play. That's the plat Sombra of, why is my team never fall from my hacks play. They do bully out the space, though. And again, Edison is using the sights here. Which is such a huge, huge advantage when it comes to this point. Like, Instant for Sights gets like a 50% efficacy bonus on this point, because it's just so open. So Saucy needs to get a good EMP here. Like, again, that's the thing, is like Saucy can literally just hard herd Exy. Like, Exy can't hard off angle. Like, Edison can play wherever he wants. But Sparkle and Exy cannot. Because Saucy will kill them. He'll get Harmony and he will kill them. Lamp? Why? How are they losing this space? Oh, 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 oh. Don't EMP. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna flux instead. Fine. I'm not impressed by Saucy's Sombra, though. Not impressed by Sombra Saucy. And I think that's part of the reason why, you know, they're putting... Like, you realistically have to play to your hero strength. So I think Echo is bad here, but, you know, what else can Sparkle play, right? He can't play Tracer, because it's banned. Genji's banned. Can't play Genji. Genji would be better here. They're gonna go Doom, but if Doom just gets marked... Weird EMP. Weird EMP. Wasn't really necessary at all. And he gets pushed out too. He really should not have to be forced out. He should be able to duck behind drum and get pocketed. Addison is popping. Oh my gosh, that shot in Exy. So yeah, Sparkle might as well have been AFK. So like, as poorly as I think Saucy was playing, yeah, we're Koth, we're almost done. Yeah. Can you actually get me some athletic shorts and socks? Yeah, thank you. So as poorly as I think Saucy was playing, at least from what I saw, like Sparkle just did nothing. Edison popped for sure though. I think Edison played really well that round. But yeah, Sparkle's just doing nothing. And I don't know what you play here either. I think if you're Paris, you want to go some form of rush, which is what they're going to do, yeah. Now this is where Symmetra Junkrat's way more of a gamble, because if the enemy team runs out on the Widow comp, like the Root 66 defense, they're going to have problems. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Thank you for the sub, Son.
Sparkle was doing nothing, absolutely nothing.
Shut up, Son. Stop making fun of me. Mirror comp. Lana gets a lot of space early. They force lamp early. Edison is down, though. Sparkle's out of the fight, though. And he's back. Wow. Really hard for me to say what happened there. Atlanta got a lot of space really aggressively. That tends to be Gator's playstyle. Like, take a lot of space really aggressively. And they forced lamp early, but Edison got picked earlier. And once you lose your Kree, you're in bad straits because you have a lot of damage, but you need the Kree to actually like secure kills. Like you don't just want spam damage. You want to like actually like, okay, that Orisa's low. I'm going to kill and click and kill the Orisa. Let's see a bunch of Spilo bodies. It's a long story. It's really not a long story. Yeah, they pincered really, really well there. Oh! 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 Winnable! Yeah, you can't really contest it though because it's double hit scan versus a Junkrat. like, yeah. You know, a Saucy, like to me, I would like to see a Saucy even swap here. I think, well, no, I mean, you've got space now, so, because like the Junkrat is amazing at like holding the choke, and maybe even pushing out of a choke, but like once the fight's, like now, like, Junkrat's okay here, I guess. Woo, Sparkle's low. Here comes the Riptire. They're gonna try and force lamp, and they don't need it. Giga Brain. Yes, sorry. Oh yeah, Zion. It's Overwatch League. Yeah, I'm not allowed to show it on stream. It's like policy. Paris should win this. Like they don't have a great ult bank, but they're gonna massacre this. Whoa. Wow! Huge spy check from Saucy. Thank you. That's the biggest play Saucy has made this entire map. That's insane. That's actually insane. Like, it sounds like such a, oh, well, he should have just spy checked. Like, yeah. But, like, dude, how many times in the heat of a moment, in the middle of an Overwatch League match, are you going to remember to check your corners like that every single time? Really well done. That's such a well done. So well done. And Atlanta right now are in a good position to hold here because Paris doesn't really have an ult spike here. They've got, you know, High Noon and coming up on Win Window. But Atlanta has Window to match, and they have the position. Ooh, good fake by Paris. Did you notice that, chat? They baited down, and then they whipped back the same way. Ooh, Hawk couldn't stabilize. He didn't get healed. Oh, no! Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That's it, Jack. That's it. And now Paris has Flux. Now Paris has... They still have their High Noon. And Atlanta, this Riptire has to be good. Gator will touch. Throw your trap on point. Do it, Sparkle. Trap Gator. Trap him. Trap him. There it is. Oh, FD God, you cheeky. All they need... Oh, Gator didn't touch? Gator! Come on, man! Alright. Do I play Worms? What? Over Skies Overcast. You're gonna have to remind me all this stuff. You're feeding me all the good juice, but I don't know. I don't have time to look into it right now. Okay. So Paris is just better. That was that. Like when Paris doesn't troll with their comp, they win. Yeah. How does Gator not touch? It didn't stop Paul. It didn't stop. It didn't stop Gator. Gator just inted. Gator tried to avoid the halt maybe, and then ended up being late. So maybe it indirectly worked. Okay, more symmetric Junkrat. Oh, Atlanta doesn't TP because they're running Kree. Paris can afford a TP because they have Widow, because Widow has grapple, so she can get there fast anyway. Again, Gator, again, you notice that? Aggressively taking space. Paris just absorbs it, and they just do better. Like, they take the space, they absorb it without losing their angles. Okay, so again, like, we just see Paris is just better. And as long as Paris plays outside of Cinema, so they don't go inside that mega room right there, they're going to win. Because their Widow is going to do a little bit more than Kree. What did I say? I said you tell me all this useful information. I feel like I can't use it right now. This is going to be really miserable for Atlanta to retake. They're going to go coast, but this isn't going to be any better. It'll be better because it will get them, like, it'll be a surprise, but... And here comes the Riptire. There's the lamp has already been forced. This is over. Big tire. Yeah. It's way too easy. And that's the strength of the Kree Junkrat as well. It's like, it's reminiscent of the Mei days where you always had to push into a Mei wall and it always felt bad. Junkrat's similar. Like, obviously Mei wall maybe not quite as strong, or old Mei wall maybe not quite as domineering as the old Mei wall, but like Junkrat spam in a choke is really nasty. It's really hard to deal with. Attacking Junkrat is bad. Sparkle is already on 110% ult charge, essentially, if not more. Saucy still has not... Oh my gosh. You see what I'm saying, chat? 70% or 50% ult charge in like one cycle. One cycle. Massive halt, massive grenade into a concussive. You have to treat it almost like you're baiting a Doomfist initiation. You have to like walk through the choke and then back out. Sparkle feeds. You have to like bait them. You have to come in and out. Now you can just walk through the choke. Now you need to go. You need to go. You need to go. You need to go. Gator aggressively takes space. They flux? What? Weird. Edison's just like, I'm just gonna high noon that, and that's it. Okay. And Atlanta's capped too. Look at this. Atlanta's capped. And ooh, they didn't get Hanman. I was gonna say if they got Hanman, that'd be actually an amazing, really, really nice way to stagger and reset your old economy. Almost done, chat. This is it. This is it. Comparis retake. They have the ultimates to retake if they want to. They do have the beat, they do have the tire, and they have the bongo high noon and the window. So there's a huge ult bank on both sides. Atlanta's not hard stuffing chokes. They are giving it up a little bit more. There's the high noon. There's the rip tire. There's the matching rip tire. Huge. Flank rip tire. Woo! Oh no! Sparkles! Oh. Oh, wow.
And then they send the tire in, and they know that nobody can shoot the tire because they're all hiding from the Deadeye. It is wonderful.
Oh no, that should not have happened. That's the only flank that Junkrat can take with his tire. It's the only flank. The one from Cinema is too easy to see. It has to come from point, and they were not ready for it. Wow. Atlanta wins this. Atlanta wins this. Huge. Chat, actually winnable. Actually winnable. We got high noon coming up here. And Paris don't have anything except high noon. Actually, Junkrat difference? It sure feels like it. Saucy seems like he's playing scared, honestly. I mean, he just takes spam that is not even intended for him. This has to be big. Oh, oh, oh! Oh, that's the best pick he could have gotten. Oh, wow! Huge! Oh no, he wasted flux! They have window chat. It's coming up. This is it, boys. They're on Ryan. There's a touch. Come on, get that window, get that window, get that window, get that window. There it is. Bang. No, Iris. Oh, Iris. Oh, no, he's dead. How? How? Oh, no. Chat, they went to point. They went to point, chat. They gave up the map. They only need one person on point. They don't need to go to point. Why did they go to point? Oh, chat, they went to point. They gave up the high ground. Chat, don't give up the map. Don't give up the map. Don't run and sit on point. Hold your spots. You can put one person on card if you need to. But you don't give the map away, guys. Don't give the map away. Don't give up the flanks. Don't give up the high ground. Atlanta's like, oh, they're going to touch. Everybody just run and sit on point in one giant clump. And Paris just goes, okay, we'll touch. And now our Kree has high ground, our Junkrat has high ground, our BAP has high ground, and that's how they lose. Ah. All right. Well, a fun match to watch, but was not high value Overwatch. I think Paris played very poorly. Compositionally, I was extremely unimpressed on both sides. I think I liked Atlanta's cheese, and I liked Atlanta's Ash May that they did on defensive Numbani, but I think the rest of the comps that were not Koth were trolls, hard trolls.